The price of Bitcoin is crashing. Ah! The crypto market altogether is down really bad right now, but I'm not worried. In this video, I'll explain why I believe that Bitcoin is a great investment, why I'm not selling, and why I'm not going anywhere. What's going on, guys? I am Raul on a stool, and the purpose of this channel is to make the world of blockchain, DeFi, and NFTs more accessible to anyone and everyone, even you. Big Daddy Bitcoin is definitely the most recognizable name in cryptocurrency, and therefore the most valuable at almost $700 billion in market capitalization. And it was nearly $1.3 trillion in November 2021. That's bigger than Tesla and Facebook, and just behind Amazon. Damn! In the last few years, Bitcoin has become incredibly popular amongst big investment firms, banks, companies, and is even being used as a viable currency in nation states like El Salvador. However, I'm not investing in Bitcoin because of some popularity contest. Instead, I choose to invest in Bitcoin because I believe in its core purpose as a decentralized, incorruptible, apolitical, free market alternative to central banks. Before I get into the rest of this video, I must add that I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. Everything I say in this video is just my opinion, and is meant for educational and entertainment purposes only. Bitcoin aims to solve one of the oldest problems in history. How do I transfer value across time and space? Before money existed, we used to barter for goods. If person A wanted person B's cow, they would trade them 2 chickens and a goat. However, not all chickens, cows, and goats are created the same. Shout out Tom Brady. Therefore, money was created because everyone wants it and, can use a little money. So as a collective society, we all agreed that money has value. But how do you determine how much value money actually has? Throughout time, we've tried a lot of different ways, but one of the more common ways back in the day was something called the gold standard. National banks would literally hold physical pieces of gold and set the price of their currencies to a fraction of whatever the value of an ounce of gold was. Gold itself is valuable because it's scarce and hard to find. It's a rare earth metal that needs to be mined, stored, and transferred all across the globe. But it did a pretty good job of backing up the value of a dollar for a fairly long period of time. But like anything, it had its problems. One such problem was that if 2 countries were at war with each other, all one of them had to do was seize all of another country's gold, and they collapsed the other country's entire economy. This was scary to a lot of countries, especially after World War I. So early in the 1930s, countries like the US and Britain abandoned the gold standard and transferred over to the current fiat system. So how do we determine the value of money now? It's really complicated math, and I'm not an economist by any means, but essentially the government determines the value of money. But what if we need more money? What if we need to increase our supply of money? You can't just go mining for dollars, and we all know that money doesn't grow on trees. So what powers does a government actually have? A common misconception is that the government just turns on some money printers and prints out a lot of paper money. However, that's definitely not the case. In the United States, only about 30% of money is actual physical paper money. More than 70% of it is just numbers sitting on a bank statement somewhere. All the government really needs to do is to add more debt. One way they do this is by lowering interest rates, artificially increasing the demand for loans to buy a house, own a business, go to school, etc., etc., etc. No one man should have this much power. Shout out Kanye West. I should probably edit that one out. Saifedean Ammous. I am so sorry for butchering your name, dude. Author of the Bitcoin Standard, which I definitely recommend you read, argues that this fiat system creates a society that is enslaved to date and is one of the leading causes for government corruption throughout time. So whether you like the current economic system or not, I think we could all agree that we could do better. And I personally believe that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies can be the solution to this problem. Bitcoin's value is similar to gold in that it has scarcity and it must be mined to increase supply. Except in the case of Bitcoin, it's digital, so you don't have to worry about storing and transporting heavy rare earth metals across the planet. And mining just requires using electricity and computer processing power to solve mathematical riddles, pretty much. It's also a decentralized currency, so no one really owns Bitcoin because everyone owns Bitcoin. All you gotta do is buy Bitcoin. The only way for a government or evildoers to corrupt Bitcoin is if they own 51% of the best, highest performance crypto mining computers on the planet. AKA really hard. Almost impossible. Bitcoin is also better than central banks in the way that you could settle large sums of money almost instantly. Today's system requires a significant amount of time for a bank to settle a payment of a house or a property. But at the same time, people on the internet are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on pictures of monkeys wearing funny hats in a matter of seconds. Now, to be transparent, I don't think Bitcoin is the only solution. I don't even think Bitcoin is the best solution. I have other much larger crypto investments. But Bitcoin is undeniably the market leader. If the price of Bitcoin goes up, all of crypto goes up. If the price of Bitcoin goes down, everything goes down. For this reason, I'm a long-term investor in Bitcoin and am buying into any significant dips like the ones we've been seeing recently. Why? Because the technology hasn't changed, its core purpose hasn't changed, and therefore my thesis that Bitcoin will be an irreplaceable store of value for years to come has not changed. I hope you got some value out of this video. Please make sure to softly caress that beautiful like button and leave a comment down below with any questions you may have or any suggestions for future videos. What do you want me to talk about next? Subscribe to my channel for more content like this, and I'll catch you on the next one.